Welcome back to another full day of eating video. You guys, I share what I eat not because I'm doing these videos. This is actually how I eat. This is how I eat to get lean, to stay lean. I have always been this way. I once, long time ago, used to weigh over 200 pounds, and the way I lost that weight was by learning how to make foods that I love fit within my macros and make lower calorie, macro friendly versions of my favorite foods. That is how I did that very many moons ago, 20, I think 7 years ago now. But this is how I eat currently. This is how I work with my clients to help them eat. This is the types are the kind of meals that I share in my client app as well. Before we get too far into this video though, my name is Jeanine. I am a weight loss and nutrition coach for women primarily. I'm also a certified menopause coaching specialist. I help women thrive during perimenopause, menopause, and beyond. And if you are interested in that kind of content, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to be notified. Also, if you're interested in learning how to potentially work with me, check down in the description for links. You can also email me and even book into a consultation call. Let's go ahead and get into it though. We've got another full day of eating here. I can honestly tell you, I haven't planned it out exactly, so I don't even know where my macros will land. But right now, I like to be around 1,600 calories or so, and I aim for about 125 grams of protein. That's what I eat most days. And then on Fridays and Saturdays, I tend to eat higher. Saturdays, I eat significantly higher. So I kind of balance out my calorie intake for the whole week. I'm not currently cutting. I'm kind of in a slight deficit, which is where I like to kind of live. That prevents me from letting the pounds kind of creep up. So that is what I'm currently doing. That is where we'll likely land here. Always high protein. Protein is essential. Protein is what I base all of my meals around, but I have some yummy things slated for today's video, so you definitely are not going to want to miss it. First things first, we're going to try, and I'm trying this with you guys. It might come out terrible, but we are going to try making a little wrap out of cottage cheese, because that apparently has been going around on TikTok. So I'm going to use Good Culture. Good Culture is my favorite, and cottage cheese is actually, it's a staple. It's a fat loss staple, and if you don't like the texture, a lot of people don't like cottage cheese because they don't like the texture, but the texture can actually be taken care of because all you have to do is blend it and you get a nice creamy consistency. But we're not going to do that for this recipe. We are simply going to take some parchment paper and we're going to spread out some cottage cheese on the paper. Let's see. Half a cup of cottage cheese is a serving, so we'll do half a cup. So I've seen some people use an egg in here, but some people no, they just spread it out on their little parchment paper and add seasonings, and then they use it as like a little flatbread, a little wrap. I've also seen some people blend it, but I've seen some people not blend it. And listen, I like to keep things simple. I like to keep things easy. My meals are always going to be simple and easy. I actually do not even like to call them recipes. In my client database, I don't call them recipes. I call them meals, ingredients. Ingredients that you add together to form a meal. And that's what I think about these things as, because life is busy and who has time for like complex recipes? The minute something has like, you know, brown the butter and blah, 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 you lose me. So if you're here for that kind of cooking content, not the right channel. I can tell you right off the bat. So I'm just kind of flattening it out and I'm going to add seasonings to it. Cottage cheese has some saltiness to it, so you don't really need a lot of salt. I think I want to add some Italian seasoning if I have some. How about some garlic powder? Oh, Italian seasoning. And let's do Italian. The thing is missing off here, so Let me use my hand. Okay, so there I've got my little, I'm gonna put this in the toaster oven. I have a confession to make. I also never pay attention to how long I make things or what temperature I put things at. It drives my husband crazy, but I will for you guys. So we'll see. Now this is gonna be just like a light little thing. While that is making, I'm going to fry up some egg whites. And I also would like to say for the record that I do not eat like set meals all the time, breakfast, lunch, dinner. That's just not how I eat. I eat according to what fits into my macros, and the way in which I eat, the number of meals and stuff differs just depending. So I don't label things. You know, sometimes people will be like, "Where's your lunch?" Like, yeah, I don't label meals like that. It's not how I look at things. I look at things like, if I eat a lighter breakfast and a lighter lunch, then I get a bigger dinner, and vice versa. It doesn't matter. As long as at the end of the day, you're hitting your macronutrient targets, you guys, that is it. Do not overcomplicate this. There is no reason to overcomplicate this process. That is why people are not successful on their weight loss journeys. Do not worry about things that do not matter. I speak from many years of experience. Okay. Cottage cheese, by the way, even if you weren't doing this wrap, is an excellent way to bulk up your eggs and add more protein. 80 calories for a half a cup. It's going to give you a lot of volume, and it's 14 grams of protein for half a cup. People assume eggs are like super high in protein. They're not really that high in protein. A whole egg is only about 6 grams of protein, but 70 calories. So they're a good source of protein, but if you want to, for 80 calories, you can get 14 grams. You see how you get more trade-off there? So if you mix the two, you have 2 eggs plus half a cup of cottage cheese, and you mix it up, you get a fluffy scrambled eggs. You're going to get a lot of protein. You're going to get 30 grams of protein, and that's what, like, a little over 200 calories. So you get a good bang for your buck. So cottage cheese is kind of like a staple. Also going to have some rice cakes with almond butter. I love these little rice cake thins. Now, of course, I'm going to be putting up on the screen how I track all of this. This is right inside of my coaching clients tracking app. So all of my clients get set up on an app where they track this kind of stuff. So this is the kind of thing that, you know, once you make it once, if you love it, you know, I would recommend saving it as a favorite so that it's just there, you know, so that next time you're not having to scan all kinds of barcodes and stuff. But it's not that difficult to track, actually. And I'm going to add some blueberries over the top. Elote seasoning from Trader Joe's. So there's the eggs. I like them to get pretty crispy, so we're going to let them sit there for a minute. Here are my rice cakes. We need a little honey on those puppies. About a teaspoon of honey, just a drizzle. I don't know about that. I might have made it too thin. That might be a fail, but we'll still enjoy the egg. Do not try this at home. This is my cauliflower wrap. But I was going to toss it in the garbage, but it actually tastes really good. So we're still going to eat it. And I'm going to put my egg right on top of it, and we're still going to enjoy this meal. Welcome to my not aesthetic fail of a food video. Anyways, though, dinner is a really good one. And my little treat that I'm going to have here is a really good one. So don't let this fool you. This tastes delicious, but it's not very pretty. And the cauliflower wrap was a fail. So let's just stick to like regular bread next time, Jeanine. Yes. Let's do that. It does taste good though. I'm gonna enjoy this, and I'll see you guys when it's time for a little afternoon treat. It's time for a little afternoon treat, you guys. I'm going to make a little Ninja Creami here, and I'll tell you guys about that in a second. But first off, I wanted to just go over what I have had so far today, because not everything has been here in the kitchen. So I did have a protein bar when I woke up. That's kind of like my go-to. I usually wake up in the morning. I have hypothyroidism, and I do take thyroid medication, so I have to keep an empty stomach for at least an hour. So usually I wake up around 4-ish, and around 6 a.m. I have a protein bar and either an energy drink or a coffee. Then I have my first meal of the day a little bit later, which you saw. So that was like around noontime. I'm gonna go ahead and have a treat. I made the base for this yesterday. I talked about this on my last video. This is the Lemon Italian Ice Clear Protein from 1UP Nutrition. Their clear protein, you guys, is only 80 calories and 20 grams of high quality whey protein. It's an excellent way to get your protein in for very little calories. I love this just over ice. You shake it up, let the foam settle for about 20 seconds, and then pour it over ice. It's delicious and refreshing. However, it was so good, I thought, you know what? I wonder if this would be good as a Ninja Creami. So again, we're attempting something we have not done before, which means we could have a fail number 2 for this video, but we shall see. It smells amazing. So I did a cup of Fairlife milk. Actually, that's 2 servings. So it's got 2 cups of Fairlife milk, 2 scoops of protein powder, but I'm only gonna eat half of it. Let's take a look. Let's try it though. Oh my God, I've died and gone to heaven. There we go. It took 2 respins, but it looks pretty good. 2 respins to get this consistency. It's delicious. Well, I've been working all day, and I just stopped to come in here to make meals. The Italian ice gelato, whatever it is that I made, was absolutely 12 out of 10, delicious. So good, so macro friendly. But now we're on to dinner, and I'm gonna do a taco bowl. And I'm gonna use this little bowl to use some Target ingredients, the fajita grilled chicken strips. I think I used those last week on this video. We're gonna use some taco dip, but we're also going to add in a little something different. Going to make a little sweet corn mixture and pickled onions. So I don't know, sometimes I wonder like where I come up with this stuff. I'm gonna warm the tortilla and place it into this bowl so it like forms in the bowl. And then I'm gonna spray it a little bit, and then we're gonna put this in the air fryer. So half a cup of corn, and then we're gonna do a tablespoon of mayo. So that'll be 15 grams. Cholula, I shouldn't be wearing this white coat, but it was what I was wearing. Let's hope I don't get any on myself. We're gonna warm this up. Just a little corn mayo Cholula mixture. This is what I'm using, the fajita grilled from Good and Gather. We're gonna do this cotija cheese, a serving of it. So we're gonna do 28 grams. Okay, so we've got the corn mixture here, creamy corn mixture. I've got cotija cheese here that I'm gonna crumble up. A serving of this, thin it out a little bit. Now, I've already tracked all of this into my app, so I'm gonna put it up on the screen so you guys can see. My You guys, macros is the answer, honestly. Macros is the thing is, figuring out what your macronutrients are can be a little tricky, but once you crack the code, you know, it's all gravy from there. And then, you know, just depends on your individual goals and all of that. Now, if you want a macro assessment from me, like just a macro, like just your numbers, along with like an assessment based on your current stats, your current information, anything, ailments or anything you have going on, then I do one-off macro assessments. So if you want a macro assessment, click down in the description. You can get one of those. If you are interested in more in-depth one-on-one fitness, nutrition coaching, you're struggling with menopause, hormonal weight gain, PCOS, hypothyroidism, all that stuff, I can help you with that too. I am a certified menopause coaching specialist, and I'm very well versed in helping women thrive, you know, in their post-fertility years, their post-menopausal years. You can look and feel your best, honestly, at any age. And that is my specialty. So if you want more in-depth coaching, I can help you with that as well. All of the information's down in the description. Or you could also send me an email, Jeanine@JeanineEscobar.com. You can even book into a call and we can chat about how I can help you. So if you're interested in any of that, plenty of options there. I'm gonna heat this up just a little bit more because it kind of cooled off. See, we've got a nice little tostada shell that I'm going to layer in my taco bowl. Lettuce. You know, lettuce is my favorite volume hack. And we'll just kind of layer everything on top, but we're gonna go with lettuce. Let's go ahead and put in the chicken and the cheese since it's all on the same plate. So good. Okay, we're gonna go in with the corn. Creamy, spicy corn. Now we're going in with some pickled onions, and it kind of set it off. So we're going pickled onions. And then we are going with drizzle of taco dip. Is under 500 calories, full of protein, was super easy to make, and can be part of anybody's macro plan. Let's get a close look at that bowl. Look at that, so good. Look at all those colors.
All done. How's your day been?
Good. I started up